And in front of me here, I have what I believe is the world's most advanced Thunderbolt dock. I have not seen anything else like this on the market, and I hope it will solve a very specific problem that I have, and that maybe a few of you have as well. This video is sponsored by Click-a-Snap, which is a brand new social media platform. It's one part Instagram, one part Shutterstock, and one part Google AdSense all wrapped into one. The most unique element of Click-a-Snap is that you get paid up to $9 for every 1,000 views your images get, which is honestly much more than we get paid on YouTube. And if you want, you can choose to sell your photos on the platform as well. Unlike every other social media platform, with Click-a-Snap, you don't have to give up your image rights, you don't have to figure out how to game some algorithm, and there's no data harvesting or selling to third-party entities. If you're a photographer looking for a new way to display your work while also making money, join Click-a-Snap in the link below. So without going too deep here, let's say you've got a computer that has a Thunderbolt 3 or 4 port on the side, and you want to buy a dock so that you can plug in a bunch of stuff on your desk. In theory, each one of these ports plugged in with a Thunderbolt cable should be able to transfer 40 gigabits of data per second, which is nuts. The issue is that many power users have multiple monitors, and if you're using a single Thunderbolt cable to power everything, including dual 4K monitors, you might run out of bandwidth. Each 4K monitor running at 60 Hertz is going to use right around 15 gigabits per second. So that's 30 gigabits per second right now, leaving only 10 gigabits left for every other peripheral on your desk. And one of the items that I use is a 10 gigabit per second Ethernet adapter. So in theory, a Thunderbolt dock should be able to power 2 4K monitors at 60 Hertz and my 10 gigabit Ethernet adapter and just barely hit that 40 gigabits per second. But in the real world, it just doesn't work at all. The iVANKY VCD10 not only has the most ports I have ever seen on any dock ever made, this dock has 2 Thunderbolt upstream ports, which means now instead of plugging in a single cable and getting 40 gigabits per second, we can plug in 2 and get 80 and hopefully power every single one of these ports at high speed. This sounds too good to be true. Let's put it to the test. In the box, you get the dock itself, and this thing looks and feels fantastic. The entire case is made out of metal. It has this semi-gloss blue sheen to it that I think looks great. And of course, you're gonna be putting this right in the middle of your desk, so you do want it to look good. This is also one of the most expensive docks I've ever seen, so it better look nice. You're going to get a power brick, a HDMI cable, which is kind of strange, but nice. And it says it's rated up to 8K, which is awesome. You're also going to get this very unique double Thunderbolt cable, which I assume is going to make it very convenient to just kind of plug it in as one cable, but you can see there's a little issue here. This cable is incredibly short. I think it will reach on my desk no problem, but just keep in mind, if this is too short for your work setup, you may have to buy 2 individual Thunderbolt 4 cables. So as you can see here, one side fits perfectly in the back of the unit, and then the other side hopefully fits perfectly in my MacBook Pro. Now this dock has so many ports, I'm not gonna go through each one of them here, but I'll put up this picture so you can look at everything. Literally the only jacks I can even think of that might be missing from this are DisplayPort jacks, and this dock claims that it can power 4 6K monitors at 60 Hertz. I have 3 4K monitors, but I also know that my MacBook Pro isn't the max version, and so it can only power 2 4K monitors at 60 Hertz. So I'm personally not going to be able to test this, but I have read reviews online and other people have got it working, so I think it's legit. So let's go ahead and plug this dock in. And let's plug in this very unique cable. If we click on the battery icon up here, we can see that the dock is powering the laptop 96 watts. That is the full amount that this laptop can accept, so we can check that off. That is working properly. Let's first start off with the most hardcore Thunderbolt device that I own. This is a 10 gigabit per second Ethernet adapter. I've got it running with an Ethernet cable over to my 10 gigabit switch that's plugged into my 10 gigabit NAS device. I have not gotten this to work with monitors with any dock I've ever tested. So let's see first of all if I can use it without monitors plugged in. All right, in my network settings right here, you can see the speed. It's connected at 10 gigabits per second. So we're good right now, but we still have so much more to plug in. There we go. And it doesn't look like you can read this, but right there it says 60 hertz. So we're good for this one. And they're both running at 4K 60. So far, so good. So this setup right here is just 3 things, and this is enough to overload any other Thunderbolt dock on the market. And we haven't even gotten started yet. So now let me just plug in every different USB device I own, and let's see if we can get all of these working at the exact same time. All right, I've got a SSD drive. We'll plug this into the front. And yes, it does show up. I've got a card reader here, and there it is, it shows up. I've got a microphone here. There it is right there, we're good. This dock has 2 memory card readers on the front, so let's plug in one here. And there it is. This is an even faster SSD. Let's plug this one in. This dock has 3 different audio outputs, which is insane. I'm not seeing anything like this on the market. It has a line out, a headphone out, and it has an optical out. I don't even think I have anything around here to test out the optical port. Let's test out the headphone jack here. Ultra earbuds, the Bose Quiet Comfort. So the headphone jack works. Let me see what happens if I plug into the line out. I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna do. These are my favorite earbuds ever. So I'm getting the exact same output on the line out and the headphone jack. I personally like that. Just I'm gonna keep it cleaner and plug the audio into the back. I'm not sure if there's a difference there or not, but I'm able to control the volume from my laptop out of both ports, so that's great. The other interesting thing that this dock has is its own 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port in the back. Let's test that out real quick. I'm gonna unplug my 10 gigabit adapter, take my Ethernet cable here, hope it reaches, and let's plug it right in here. I know you guys probably can't read this, but it does in fact say we're connected at 2.5 gigabits, which is great. I mean, most people don't have over 1 gigabit, so the fact that they've included 2.5 is nice. All right, we've got so many more ports to fill. Let's keep going. Here I've got a 360-degree camera. All right, that is connected. Here I've got the new Rode Wireless Pro. There they are. All right, I've got a Fujifilm GFX 100 camera. All right, that is plugged in. All right, here's a Sony a7S III camera. This is so ridiculous. And it just popped up. All right, these are DJI's mics right here. Let's plug that in. All right, that is working. But I do have one more memory card slot for a micro SD. Let me see if I can find a micro SD card. All right, here it is. The final item. Fitting this in here is insane. There's no space left. There it is. So I currently have every single jack filled except for the line out because I'm using the headphone port and the optical audio because I don't have anything that can even accept that. And as far as I can tell, every single item is working and both 4K monitors are playing back at 60 hertz, so it is working properly. So now perhaps the most important test of all, what happens when I unplug the dock from my laptop and then plug it back in? Will everything go right back to the way it was? That's of course what we want. Let's find out. All right, everything shuts off. Laptop goes back to working on its own. And then let's plug this back in. Monitors are flickering. There goes one. And there goes two. Now I plugged it back in and everything started working again, including our crazy Thunderbolt Ethernet adapter. It's all working right now, but keep in mind guys, I've only been using this for as long as I've been filming this video. When I saw this product online, I had to test it for myself because they were making some pretty crazy claims. The only thing that I haven't tested are the quad monitors that this claims. that it can push. I wish I could test this, but I don't have the monitors or the laptop to test it right now. But like I said earlier, I have read reviews of people who got this working. So apparently it's real. It does actually work. Now, I believe this is the most advanced dock currently on the market, but you're going to pay for it. It's also one of the most expensive docks I've ever seen. If you're looking for the top of the line, it appears to be working. Buy it. I think you're gonna love it. But if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, I'm going to link other docks in the description, other ones that I have personally tested that I know work, that don't have quite as many jacks as this, and don't have that dual Thunderbolt import, but they're still going to be a perfect dock for a normal work environment that doesn't include like 1,000 things plugged in all at once. Are you a photographer? Well, I have two things you're going to be interested in. One, we have a photography contest going on right now for landscape photography. It's 100% free to join. You can check it out at fstoppers.com/contest. We're gonna be giving away $1,000 cash to the grand prize winner, as well as 20 of our tutorials from the F-Stoppers store. Check it out right now. Like I said, it's totally for free. And also, the largest photography sale of the entire year is going on right now, and I think it's got like 3 days left. It's called 5-Day Deal. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but for around $160, you can get $5,500 worth of stuff. F-Stoppers is putting up a tutorial that we did with Peter Hurley, as well as the landscape photography tutorial, Photographing the World, that we filmed with Elia Lacardi in both New Zealand and in Iceland. We sell this tutorial for $300 on its own, but right now you can get it for $160 plus $5,000 worth of other stuff. I know it sounds insane. At the very least, click on the link in the description, check it out. I guarantee you're gonna find some stuff that you're interested in.